Hey gang, what's up? It is time for the Sumo Summary Show. This is for day 6, Friday night, and we're just squeaking it in while it still is technically Friday. Um, and unfortunately, for some of you, I know you're eager to see where you are in the standings of the contest. I emailed my sumo contest guy, Mike, and he said, "Oh yeah, the link is fixed now. It's not the previous tournament, it's the current tournament." But unfortunately, I clicked on it tonight. It should show, X amount of wins for this wrestler or whatever, and it's still stuck on day 4. So it hasn't updated on Thursday and Friday. And so, he'll fix it no problem. I just have to let him know. And so, since I just checked it now and it's already 11 p.m., it's not going to get fixed until tomorrow. So, just bear with me on that, and I'll have the link. I really, 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 really will have the link for you tomorrow on day 7. Okay. You know how your team's doing. You can add up your numbers. And I know it's doing better than my team. My team is still not doing that great. Okay. Anyway, let's just jump right in today because I still actually have to do some Patreon work tonight. But luckily, don't have to get up tomorrow morning. It is the weekend. Yay. And tomorrow, I'm going to get up, you know, somewhat early. Not as early as I do when I have to go to school. And do highlights for the first part of the day for the Patreon people. So, Patreon people look forward to that. And there's some good matches that are going to be in that highlight package. So, I recommend you do check it out if you after you watch the 6 matches that are up on the channel. Okay, absent people for day 6. Nobody in the top 2 divisions. So that's great. As we go down, there are people in the lower divisions, but not in the top 2. All right, let's look at who did what today. Start down in Juryo. And as I've been doing recently, let's make this bigger for you guys. Why not? Okay. Takada Fuji lost to Asanoyama in the very first match of Juryo. I will have the Asanoyama match for you from day 7. We'll obviously look at who's fighting who on day 7 in a minute or two, and that I'll put that up on the channel. We'll see if he can maintain his one-loss record. He's 5-1. Nishinoru was the interview subject today on NHK, as they often interview the new Sekitori. Once you make that leap from Makushita to Juryo, and you become a salaried wrestler with all the benefits and everything that come with that. So he's a very eager sumo participant. Been in sumo since right out of high school. He enrolled, or not, he joined Aheya at 18. He's now 25. It took him 7 years to get to Juryo, so that's quite a journey. But he is looking good so far at 4-2 now. Miyano Kaze got his very first win. He was 0-5, but now he's 1-5, beating one of the other rookies. No, he was here last time, right? This is his. Nope, nope, he is a rookie as well. So, okay, beating one of the other rookies. Kyokukayu, right, who is now 2-4 down at J13. So he needs those wins if he's going to stay in the Juryo division. Asahakaru continues to impress now at 5-1 by beating Shirokuma. Asasuryu, the other uh, rookie from the same stable as Asanoyama, now 4-2. Tsurugisho, a 0-6 record. He could be looking at getting demoted beyond Juryo into Makushita. Let's see. Yeah, he hasn't been out of Juryo in a long time. Yeah, well, except when he was up in Maegashira. It's amazing to think he used to be as high as Maegashira 6. Yeah, so this could be retirement, you know. Uh, what's that? 01, 11, 20. He's 34, so it's a little early, but sometimes that jolt out of the salaried ranks from Juryo down to Makushita is what signals the end for some of these guys. So we'll keep an eye. It could just be, you know, something's ailing him and he hopes to come back. I mean, he's been at Juryo 9 for uh look, Juryo 9, Juryo 9, Juryo 9 for three tournaments now. But last time he got Kachikoshi was here, and in January he was had terrible 2 and 13. So yeah, this could be his final hurrah. We'll have to see. Okay. Do 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 do. And let's see. Hatsuyama went to 4 and 2 by beating Kaio. Kotokuzan, I'll say it that way today, is undefeated at 6 and 0. Juryo 8 against Tohakuru today. Tochitaikai got his second win. Fujiseun went to 4 and 2. Kotoeho got his very first win. He's now 1 and 5. He beat Chiyoshima. Nishiki Fuji went to 4 and 2. Juryo 1 Oshomi looking good as well at 5 and 1 over Kageyaki. And the other Juryo 3 man that's not there is Mita, and he's fighting in the top division today. So we'll look at him in a moment. All right, jumping up to the top division for day 6, September 19th, Friday. We start with Shishi getting his fourth win over Ryuden. Such important wins for him. He's got to get 8 to stay in the top division. Mita, there he is. Juryo 4, looking good against Shonana Umi. Now, this is a really fun one because Shonana Umi is a big guy. He's 194 centimeters. So that's, phew, I'm bad with conversion, but I want to say like 6'5". He's 183 kilos, which is way above the average in the top division of 150 something. So, and then his opponent today was Mita, who's one of the smaller guys at 173 centimeters. So he's got 20 centimeters on him. And look at this 124 kilos and like, 60 kilos on the guy. And that's over 120 pounds. And he wins. It is really striking to see it on the dohyo, and he is a fierce competitor. Wins Oshidashi. So if you're a Patreon person, this will be in the highlight reel that I do tomorrow morning. So check that out. If not, if you're not a Patreon person, go find that match somewhere else. He is definitely, I think, on his way up to the top division and will be kind of like a Fujinokawa, Kusano. People will be really expecting him to arrive, and I think he's going to have a lot of eyes on him now. He's also one of those guys that's come up through the ranks so quickly that he doesn't have a top knot yet. And let's see some of his stats here. I mean, 5 and 2, 6 and 1, 5 and 2, goes up to Juryo 14, gets his 8, but then has to pull out. Then the Juryo champion at 11 and 4. People are starting to really take notice, and now he's just killing it. So he could be back-to-back Juryo champion. So Mita, just a name you really need to keep your eye on, I think. He's in Miyabiyama's stable. His senpai is Roga. And yeah, just really, really good sumo today from him. Okay. Hitoshi got his second win. He's a rookie at M17. He's now 2 and 4 by beating Sada Naomi. Nish Kigi just can't get a win. He's 0 and 6 now after losing to Asakoryu today. Tomokaze continues to dominate, 5 and 1 now after beating Meisei. The flying monkey on my team, Tobizaru, 4 and 2 now by beating Toki Hayate. This was an epic match. Daisho versus Mitakeumi. I mean, you know, you don't often get to see wrestlers who fight so hard in the first, say, minute to 75 seconds that they're just completely spent. And the end of this match is somewhat anticlimactic, but man, getting there is a lot of fun to watch. So another one to seek out. It'll be on the highlight reel tomorrow over on Patreon. Matake Umi versus Daisho, the former Ozeki now at 3 and 3. Daisho, man. I mean, he looked amazing in the beginning today, and you can't imagine that he's only won, he's only won once. He's 1-5. So just having a terrible tournament. Chirana Umi goes to 5-1 by beating Midori Fuji. Shodai 5-1. And he takes care of I still call him a rookie, Fujinokawa, who's 2-4. I picked him for my team and shouldn't have. Just yeah, sometimes you have that great first tournament, and then people start to get used to seeing you, and it's not going his way here in September. Roga beats up on Kim Bozan for his fourth win. Ura a fifth win by beating Onokatsu. Takanosho 5-1. A lot of guys 5-1. We're going to look at that in a minute. He takes care of the July champion, who now you've got to wonder, will Koto Shoho get his Kachikoshi? So I kind of talked about this either at the beginning in the welcome video or maybe even in the wrap-up video, how I just hope that this wasn't a fluke, that he came back. I didn't expect him to win the Yusho again this time, but that Koto Shoho came back and fought and at least got his 8 wins. To show that he deserves to be where he's at. He deserves the promotion, and it wasn't just a confluence of him being low on the Banzuke last time and mostly fighting lower ranked guys. And it's just not happening so far. A 2-4 start in the first 6 days is just not great. And I think he's going to struggle to get his 8. But we'll see. It really just depends on who some of his opponents are in the second week. He's fought Hirata Umis, who's having a great tournament. He got the win. He lost to Wakamoto Haru, who's also doing well. But like he hasn't fought. He has Kusano tomorrow. At M5, he hasn't fought anybody ranked above Komusubi. So, and he very well might have to, except that he's doing so poorly. So maybe they're like, well, we're not gonna pull him up to highlight him if he's not winning. So yeah, it's still gonna be tough, I think. All right. Oshoma went to 3-3 by beating Ichi Yamamoto. As I said, Wakamoto Haru having a good tournament at M4, now 5-1. He beat the other you know, rookie, as I call them, Fujinokawa and Kusano. Also 2-4, just like Fujinokawa's 2-4. So, had that great first tournament. Second tournament after you're in the top division, he's struggling. Hakuoho got a win over Abi. Abi is now 0-6. So, and he hasn't looked like out of sorts or anything. He's been competitive. He just hasn't gotten any wins. And Hakuoho goes to 3-3. Aonishiki versus Takayasu, a Komusubi clash here on day 6, and Takayasu can't get a win. He's 0-6, losing to Aonishiki, who's now 4-2. Wakataka Kage also 4-2 after beating Go Noyama, and another man, right? Look at that right there, who's 0-6 at M3. Then probably one of the most surprising wins of the day, although it really shouldn't be, is Tamawashi beating Kirishima. Kirishima was looking so solid, had that first loss on day 5, and then follows it up back-to-back losses for him. He's now 4-2, and his opponents in the second week are going to be tough. So, um, you know, I was kind of joking with the Patreons that that second loss means he's not going to get a 14-1 record and be promoted to Ozeki anymore. Now I think he'll be happy just to get his 8. And well, it's still I mean, he could still get a 10-5 and 11-4. I mean, he can still produce really good results. It just looks like the bloom's off the rose a little bit with our hopes that he would really dominate. And now he's at 4-2. Tamawashi, though, compared to Takayasu when they fought each other the other day, and I was like, oh, the old veterans. He's doing okay at 3-3. At M1, I mean, he's had a really tough first week. He had both Yokozuna on the first 2 days. Then he had Sekewake and Ozeki, a Komusubi and a Sekewake. So he has fought everybody in Sanyaku practically, and he's gotten 3 wins out of that group. So no shade there. He'll have a much easier second week to get the other five he needs to get his Kachikoshi at age 40, guys. He's going to be 41 in November. All right. Then the Ozeki looking good yet again against Hirada Umi. Then these guys both entered this match at 4-1. So Kotozakura prevailing to go to 5-1. Hirada Umi now 4-2. Onosato does what he needs to do to maintain his one-loss record. He beats Itami Fuji, who I had high hopes for him at the beginning of the basho. He got that really nice day one win over the Komusubi, and then look at this, just five losses in a row. Now again, he's at Mayashira 3. I mean, he's fought Komusubi, Sekewake, Hirada Umi, who's doing well, and then Yokozuna. So, I mean, he's had a really tough first week as well. But at 1-5, he's going to have a hard time, I think, getting the Kachikoshi. And then the final match of the day, Hoshoru, can he maintain his undefeated streak? The answer is yes. He takes it really is no contest. Oho, he gets the Shitate Nage win over him, and he is the only undefeated Rikishi in the top division at 6-0, and Oho falls to 2-4. Okay, so a good day of sumo. Top six matches are on the Patreon. And like I said, tomorrow morning I'll do the highlights. The other 15 matches will go up tomorrow morning in quick bout by bout highlights. Let's do the record leaders. Okay. So in Makuuchi, the top division, we got Hoshoru undefeated, and then our one loss guys has whittled down a little bit. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So eight guys are one off the pace, including Tomokaze Shodai, Chirana Umi, Ura, Takanosho, Wakamoto Haru, and then the two top ranked guys, Onosato and Kotozakura. So you like to see this. The two Yokozuna and the Ozeki are all within one loss of each other, all doing well in the first week. And you're looking forward to that second week and into the first weekend. So still very, very competitive in the top division. Juryo, Mita, and Kotokuzan, now I said it that way, are tied at 6-0, and then three guys with one loss. So Shomi, and then two of the guys from the same stable, Asanoyama and Asahakiru. Oh, shit. Ah. And then down in Makushita, is Enho on this list? Nope, but he might not have fought his third match yet. Let's have a look real quick. We have to go to do do do. Let's go to Haku. This is the weird way I get there fastest. I know Hakuoho's in Isagahama, and I know Enho's in Isagahama. So this is how I do this. Do 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 do. There he is, 31. He lost. Okay, so he's now 2-3, and he does have a match on day 7. So we'll see how he does. If he can go to 3-1, that'll be good. You only need 4 wins down in Makushita because they only fight 7 times. Okay. And so matches and results. Let's look at tomorrow, day 7. See who's fighting who on Saturday. We'll start down in Juryo. So here you go. This is the match I'll have for you up on the channel. And I'll probably do a double header right here. I'll give you Asanoyama versus Hakuyozan, and then I'll let it keep going for one of the leaders at 6-0, Kotokuzan versus Kyokukayu. And we'll see those two matches, and then I'll have the Mita match for you to see if he can also remain undefeated. There it is. Maybe I'll have these two at the end. Oshomi, who's 5-1 against Tochi Taikai, and then Mita versus Daisei Izan. All right. So those will be up on the channel if you're a Juryo fan and you want to see how those guys are doing, who can go to 7-0 amongst the two guys who are still undefeated. Can Asanoyama stay one off the pace and go to 6-1 against the Juryo 10? All right, and then in the top division, Shishi has Nishikigi, who's looking for his first win. 5-1 Tomokaze against Shonana Umi. Tobizaru Kageyaki, he's up from Juryo for the day to fill in the slot. Asakoru versus Hitoshi, both men are 2-4. Ryuden Sadanaumi, Chiranaumi at 5-1, taking on Toki Hayate. 1-5 Daisho against 2-4 Meisei. Fujinokawa has Roga. Midori Fuji up against 5-1 Shodai. Mitake Umi takes on Kim Bozan. Oshoma 3-3. Onokatsu 3-3. A battle of the O's, and they're both 3-3. Ura Ichi Yamamoto, always an entertaining match, but Ura, man, just on fire right now at 5-1. Kusino taking on Koto Shoho, and both guys are 2-4 and really want that win. Then we have a fun matchup here. Wakamoto Haru 5-1 against Takanosho 5-1. Tamawashi has a Tommy Fuji. Then we get our top ranked guys, Takayasu 0-6 against Abi 0-6. So one of them will get his first win of the basho. The other guy will go to 0-7 and be one away from a Makekoshi, a losing record. Hakuoho takes on Kirishima. Aonishiki takes on Wakataka Kage. This is a fun matchup here. Um, let me just jump over to Sumo Reference. Curious if he has ever fought Wakataka Kage yet. We go all the way down to the W's here. Yo, yo. Yes, he's fought him three times. Well, this will be the third time. So the first time was May. Okay, so he's fought him, not in his very first spot show, but after that. So he lost to Wakataka Kage when he was at Komusubi in May. Then in July he beat Komusubi when he beat Wakataka Kage when he was at Sekewake, and now of course he's Sekewake again, and they're fighting again. So yeah, very even. Could go either way. All right. Uh, then Koto Zakura has Oho. Hoshoru has Hirada Umi. And that's a big match, really, even though it's not the final match of the day, to see if he can remain undefeated. And Onosato has Gono Yama. Really, guys? That's the matchup for the final match of the day. Oh boy. So Gono Yama winless at 0-6 against the Yokozuna in the Musubi no Ichiban for day 7. But the fans get their money's worth out of some of the other matchups, including this Aonishiki Wakataka Kage, which is awesome. And Hirada Umi Hoshoru should be a good one. So, and then a sprinkling of other good ones in here. All right. That is about it for me today for the Sumo Summary Show. Like I said, apologies that the standings page not ready yet, but just be patient. One more day tomorrow. I'll definitely email Mike again in the morning if he hasn't responded. Anything else that I need to tell you about? No, other than tomorrow should be regular show, and then no show on Sunday, most likely for day 8. I can almost guarantee that I'm going, out of town, like I said, on a school trip with some students to a speech contest. So I just know that by the time I get home and do everything else, I think I need to take that day off. But I'll be back on day 9, and then day 10 is a national holiday. So I'll definitely be around. And like I said, probably a live show on day 14. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.